I got a Naruto battle for you guys tonight, and it is Roshi, the Four Tails, versus Kisame of the Akatsuki. So, we know that they actually fought, right? And Kisame ended up catching Roshi. But here's where people forget shit. He wasn't alone that day. Kisame had Itachi with him. Had Itachi not been there, the fight might have gone differently. It might have gone differently. And I'm going to tell you how that fight goes, in my opinion, right? So when it comes to physical strength, right? That goes to Roshi. Striking power, lifting power. This man's a tail beast. He has the four tails inside of him. That tail beast specifically, I got it ranked number 3 in strength. So of course I'm giving him that physical strength category. Speed category, I'm giving him the speed category as well. You could give it to Kisame if you wanted to. But for me, I think he's moving quicker than Kisame. Close there. Durability goes to Roshi. His fight with Roshi in the story wasn't easy. It won't be easy here. That durability factor plays a role in that, right? So he has a sword, and that does do something. We'll get to that in a minute. Endurance goes to Kisame. So Kisame has, um, better endurance because of the weapon he carries, right? So Samehada can help him stay in the fight longer. We'll just say it in that way for now. With the chakra absorption and all that. And he's smart too. Kisame ain't dumb. I'm not sleeping on his intelligence. He's pretty, smart for a guy, right? Um, despite what many might think, he's pretty intelligent, knowledgeable about his jutsu, and he can he pick up on shit, right? So this guy uses lava style. I'm gonna have to use a lot of water. This is gonna be a tough fight. Though he has great intelligence, right? And he's a valuable member of his own team. Roshi has years of experience being a Jinchuriki, and I'm not so 100% sure if he had a great relationship with the Four Tails, but it was like they knew of each other's existence, and he knew that his life was like that because he was the Four Tails. He had to run away from his village, right? Because he basically didn't want to fucking, be told what to do by the Tsuchikage, right? But that put him in a bad situation. But he'd rather do that than, have to, fucking do shit for them. Anywho, close skills go to Roshi as well. Um, I'm looking at him, I'm like, yeah, that guy has hands. Kisame, not so much. But range skills wise, he definitely got the range skills. He can summon that big ass water ball, right? And like have him, confined inside of it. Fuse with Samehada and do some things that he did to kill a beat. But for me, Kisame also has recovery, and that's with what he does with the chakra sometimes. Let's say he gets hit real hard by, Roshi, right? He can recover by stealing some of his chakra as well. So yes, the magma is hot, and Samehada might even get burnt and get fucked up from it. But at the same time, it's still chakra, so it can still steal his energy and then feed that into Kisame to help him heal. And we saw him do that against Killer B. So it's definitely a possibility. Um, Now hacks, you know, if you think that's an end all be all, you might try to give that shit to, Kisame. But I'm not that foolish. That Four Tails is not weak. And with nobody there to back Kisame up, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be really tight. Environment, I'm giving Kisame because he's always running around different villages. And I ain't saying that this guy, don't know his area, wherever the fuck they started fighting at. Because the environment's going to be wherever they fought at, originally. Just Itachi's not there this time. Um, but when I'm looking at that, I'm saying Roshi's going to win. He's going to overpower this guy. I think that, you know, doing that shit with Samehada, right? It's cool. He gets an amp in chakra and whatnot. But magma is not easily put out. We know that magma is hotter than even fire, right? Just basic fire. He tried to use a water strike bomb, jutsu, right? He put that shit out easily. I think in a full tail beast state versus, Son Goku versus Kisame, big shark. I got Son Goku winning that. I got Son Goku winning that, and what keeps him in the fight is not necessarily his water jutsu. It's the Samehada stealing, chakra. But I think at the end of it, he allows the tail beast to take control of him, and he has that way to win. Now, you remember, and let me just remind you before you get crazy. Roshi's winning this fight extreme difficulty. Remember last time that Itachi was there, and he gave that little glance. That little glance wasn't just a little glance. You know what he does, man. That Tsukuyomi in play, and he's just sitting there. He's like, "I got you, man. All I have to do is do what I do," and all he does is use Tsukuyomi. You know, Roshi didn't think anything of it because he's sitting there, but I have to fight you. This time he only has to fight Kisame. He has no, you know, there's no mind fucking going on. There's no, trickery, genjutsu going on. He don't have genjutsu. He has an ninjutsu, and it's a good fight too. That one's worth paying money for if you ask me. Um, but yeah, man, I got Roshi winning that fight. Be cool, call in the corner, and let me know what you think in the comments below.